In this video, we will learn about Gradle, what it is, its benefits, important Gradle terminology, setting up Gradle on your machine, and a working demonstration of Gradle. In short, you will learn Gradle from scratch, and after watching this video, you will gain confidence over Gradle. Gradle is a build automation tool or a build tool which is used to build your project. Building a project involves multiple tasks such as compiling code, managing third-party dependencies for libraries, running unit tests, creating executable files, etc. Suppose you have a Spring application. Now, in order to make it work, you need to add all Spring-related jars to your class path. If you are not using any build tool, then you would need to add them manually to the class path, which is a tedious task in itself. Every time you need to update its version, the same exercise needs to be done again. If you say that my application is not a Spring application, then let's say you want to add log4j, the most popular framework for writing log messages to your application. To add log4j to your application manually, you need to add these dependencies, and these dependencies further contain their own dependencies. You can imagine the effort required. If you build the application with Gradle, then you would be surprised to know that simply adding this line will add all the dependencies automatically. Moreover, if you require an executable file, then you need to manually create it. Gradle can also do this for you and much more, and we will learn how in this video. There are three important terms that you need to understand when working with Gradle. Project. Project is the application that you are building or managing with Gradle. It is the highest level entity in a Gradle application. Everything in Gradle comes under a project. A Gradle task is an action that you want to perform with Gradle build. Common examples of tasks include compiling your code, creating an executable jar, running unit test cases, etc. Suppose you want a task or a functionality to execute. One way is that you write it yourself. Another way is that someone else might have written that already and you reuse it. This is done with plugins. Plugin in Gradle adds new tasks to your Gradle application, which you can reuse as required. This is same as you add a syntax highlighter plugin in VS Code or UML generator plugin in Eclipse. We will see how plugins add new tasks and how we can use them later in this video. Before installing Gradle, you must have Java installed on your machine. Please do that if you do not have it. In order to check if Java is installed, open command prompt, type Java and hit enter. You must see some help messages. Now, let's start with Gradle by installing it. Go to gradle.org, click install, scroll down and click download. Download the latest version by clicking on binary only. This will download a zip file. Extract a zip file to any location you prefer. Now, to make Gradle available anywhere on your machine, we need to add its location to the system path. On Windows, we add it to path system variable. On Mac and Linux, you can search how to do it. Press Windows icon and search for environment. Click Edit System Environment Variables. Search for path variable under System and add the location where you extracted Gradle zip. Do not forget to append bin since Gradle executable resides in bin. Press OK. Open command prompt, type Gradle and press enter. You will see a welcome message which means that Gradle is successfully installed. If you have an existing project, we can convert it to Gradle. But in this video, we will start with a new Gradle project and we will create it with Gradle only. Go to command prompt, create a directory which will be the project root folder. Name it Gradle project. Move into this folder with cd. This is empty. To add Gradle to this project, type command Gradle space init. It will ask a series of questions such as the type of project, type 1 for basic project, enter. Language to use. You can use programming language in Gradle as well. Gradle supports Groovy and Kotlin. Don't worry if you do not know any of these languages because for this video and accomplishing many tasks with Gradle does not require any of these. We will go with Groovy. We want Gradle to use its new features, so Type yes for this option. You can also type no, since it will only have an effect when you upgrade Gradle. Last is the project name. If you are happy with the folder name as project name, then simply hit enter, or else you can provide a different name as well. When we go inside this folder, we can see that many new files are created. We will understand all these one by one. This folder is managed by Gradle. It keeps build information inside this. You are not required to interact with this folder. This folder is for Gradle wrapper. Gradle wrapper allows you to build your applications without downloading or installing Gradle on your local system. It contains Gradle wrapper jar and properties, where you can define Gradle version with which you want to build your application. These two files are required for running Gradle wrapper. Before starting, it will download Gradle in its cache and then use it for executing tasks. For this video, we will not be using Gradle wrapper, but instead Gradle directly. These two files are related to Git for version management and are not related to Gradle. This is settings file, which contains the name of project. Look, this is what we selected as project name. Besides, this file is used to declare sub-projects useful for a multi-project structure. That is what is written here. This is the most important file which will contain all the Gradle build logic. Its default name is build.gradle. Notice that the extension of this file is .gradle. It contains everything that we have discussed till now. We define tasks, plugins, dependencies, all in this file. Let's open this. This is empty at present, which means that there are no tasks that we have defined. But Gradle comes with some default tasks. Go to command prompt and type Gradle space tasks. Enter. This is the task that we use to initialize Gradle project. We just use this task to list all the tasks. Each task is followed by its description. To make the concepts covered in this video more digestible, we will end this video here only. In the next video, we will explore Gradle task in detail. We will see how to create our own tasks, create a Java program and compile it using a plugin, add dependencies to create a Spring Boot application, create an executable jar, etc. Do subscribe to the channel to receive notifications for the new video.